Hey, this is Vu, and today I'm going to be talking about how to effectively deathmatch. And the most important thing to keep in mind whenever you're deathmatching is to not aimlessly deathmatch. I've had multiple people message me saying they've spent 2, 3, 4 hours a day deathmatching, and it's not helping them. Obviously, it's not going to help you because deathmatching is there to complement your matchmaking experience. That means you go into a matchmaking game, notice a problem, and then go into deathmatch and try to fix it. Don't go into deathmatch at the beginning of the day every day, hoping that by spending 4 hours in there, you're not only going to warm up, but you're miraculously going to become Get Right. It doesn't work like that. Get Right improved very slowly and hopefully by utilizing deathmatching in the correct way. Now, as for the correct ways to utilize it, there are 4 separate game types to keep in mind here that will each improve you in different ways if you so choose. Now, there's going to be aim deathmatches, free-for-all, team deathmatch, and pistol deathmatch, which is a subset of free-for-all deathmatching. Aim deathmatching is going to improve your muscle memory, your simple movement, such as jiggle peeking and strafe peeking, your bursting. The reason for that is that these aim maps are usually fairly large, and not only that, but you spawn on separate sides of the map, so you're not going to end up too close to people. Finally, it's going to work on your long-range aim. Now, for standard deathmatch, which is going to be team deathmatch, it'll work on your crosshair placement, your spraying, recoil control, as in burst control or spray control, and your movement, if you want it to. One thing you need to note here is in these deathmatches, you should never just be camping in pit and hoping that will improve you. I see a lot of people do that. They'll sit in a single area, aiming at a single spot, and shoot people as they strafe through their crosshair. That's not going to help you very much unless you're just hoping to improve that very specific trait. If you want to improve your crosshair placement and your movement, you have to go into deathmatching and actually trace walls and work on that movement. Always, again, not aimlessly deathmatching. Now, for free-for-all deathmatching, you'll practice pretty similar things to team deathmatch, except with far more people on the map for you to kill. That means your crosshair placement and your movement might be somewhat toned down because you're not going to be moving throughout the map too often. You're just going to be spawning, getting a few kills, and dying. However, it will work very similar things. Now, pistol deathmatch is just going to work on your point-click aim, and if you need any help with pistols. The problem with pistol deathmatch is basically it's the same thing as a headshot deathmatch, which means you're really not working too much on your pistols. However, it is important to use and important to note that if you have problems with pistols, you should definitely consider using that pistol deathmatch. Now, once you get into deathmatch, I would recommend unbinding both your tab and control keys. The reason for this is because when you are in there, you're going to notice you're tempted to score as highly as possible. That's not the goal here. The goal is to improve certain aspects of your gameplay, which may or may not cause you to do well on the scoreboard. So you need to detach your ego and simply focus on doing well in those certain areas. Now, as for the crouch key bit, a lot of people do have a problem where they crouch a little bit too much, and deathmatching will bring that one out to the front. So what you want to do is either unbind your crouch or rebind it to a different key so that you lose that muscle memory. This will allow you to go back into matchmaking and not be crouching 24/7. Now, the final thing I want to mention here is that deathmatching is great at improving a ton of things, but by being that, it's also not the best at improving any of them. What I would recommend for a lot of these issues you might have, point-click aim, or spraying or bursting, anything like that, you can often find a bot map or another game mode that will actually improve you at this, and then you can go into deathmatch to bring that into game. The best thing about deathmatching is it can be the bridge between certain things. If you go into a recoil map where it helps you with recoil, you're not going to be ready to go directly into game with that. What you want to do is recoil control on there for a little while, then go into deathmatch and work on that recoil control as well, where it's in a more realistic scenario, even though it's not actually matchmaking. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I hope this helped.